So Battlefront has released their 2025 special video. Go watch the video for all the details and the commentary. I'm not going to cover everything here, but we have a lot to cover. New Israelis are available in February. There'll be a code in the book for online forces. That's standard now. There will be a limited army deal release with tokens and whatnot. The big release bonus is the Merkava 3 and the Magok Blazer armor. There's other Israeli upgrade items such as the M113 armor upgrades, the Nagana Shots, Rabbi Recon vehicles, I didn't know too much about those, all available in boxes of 4 or 5. Fun stuff comes to April, the Pacific War. The Japanese, as far as Flames of War, we get a separate Chiha, Hago, Chiro, and Kami companies, and the Army and Navy get their own separate infantry companies. The force support makes you choose between you want foot scouts or either style of tankette. You don't get doubled up options. As far as rules, we have a bit of a preview. Bonsai just makes that assault inevitable. They can't pin back. You just suffer lower saves and you can never break off. For some reason, infantry's terrain dash is 12 inches. Yes, I like that. They have a better last stand, but how much better wasn't shown. Hopefully it's 2+ or auto. And of course, night attacks, pioneers, and flamethrowers, as we've seen them in other lists, are now available here. The Japanese tanks still fight on in assault if bailed out, and we keep the old artillery burst rule with very little change. The Brits and the Australians, have to be pointed out, they're separate. I don't know how far they take this, but it makes sense. Indian infantry are their own separate formation, with Stuarts and Grants for tanks. The Valentine is in support right next to where a Matilda should be. Now the Australian infantry is rifle, militia, and commando with brand new Sentinels. The Sentinels get a 2-pounder and 6-pounder version. They're just like Shermans, but they have better side armor. And the Australians get Kitty Hawks instead of Hurricanes. As far as Marines, what can I say? They get separate formations from the Army with very similar rules and just better ratings. The support does include the Naval Construction Battalion. I don't know how they work in 4th edition, but there they are. Those dice, though, the dice that are in the special army deal that's limited edition are just too good. I am hoping those are available separately through direct or otherwise. Otherwise, I might have to pick up that box. July has Clash of Steel number 3, the Global Uprising. And we're getting the T-10, the T-62, the Chieftain, the FV-415, I may be wrong on that number, the M60, the T-57, and most amazingly, leopards in proper Dunkelgelb. And some random assault gun. I don't know about that guy. The starter set seems to feature the US versus Soviet with the M60, T-57, and Pershing versus an IS-3, T-62, IS-7, and T-44. The German versus British is Chieftains and the FVs versus Leopards, Jag-100s, and Scorpions. Now that new layout may just be filler art. I'm thinking that's the case. August shows a new compiled volume for Bagration, which all in all is the same stuff we're used to seeing for Bagration. However, there's this new censored formation in the Soviet section. Now we have the Shermans and the Lees showing up, so it can't be them. Would it be Stuarts? Captured German stuff? Who knows? Maybe the Soviets get Matildas first. September 2025, as spoken by Pete, is their biggest project ever. The time frame covers 2025, 2026 as far as releases, with 2026 getting Barbarossa and Battle Axe. I'm hoping Barbarossa includes the Polish. They had a little slideshow that was mostly German stuff, but it did show off French tanks and British infantry and gun crews. Now, as much as we have late war Leviathans and mid-war monsters, we get 3 early war Evies, not heavies, Evies, the TOG-1 with a Matilda turret, the Char-2C, and something unpronounceable for Germany. You know, I kind of forgot how to pronounce that myself. The Neubaufahrzeug. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't care for accuracy, but the Neubaufahrzeug should be the new heavy we're getting for the Germans. Of course, for 2025, we also have a bunch of Gale Force 9 accessories and board games coming out, but I don't care so much about those. I'm really into the 15mm war games. And it looks like it's primarily focusing on Pacific and early war. Think about it, we're getting 3 whole new armies for, essentially, with 1 new nation for mid-war, and then we're getting essentially a whole new setting for Flames of War. Literally a whole new setting. And they've rumored that the rules are going to be slightly different. We're going to see Germans that aren't amazing in close combat. We're going to see British who are stretched really thin. 2025 looks like it's going to be a good year. The naysayers will say, yeah, it's just going to be this and this. But the truth is that we're looking at a pretty good year. Go ahead and follow the link below to the actual video and check out the video in full. Thank you for watching, and may the dice ever roll in your favor.